Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. 4 shot, 2 fatally as gunmen makes attack in Treylon dressed as soldiers. It is understood that an incident took place in the community of Duncan's Treylon, said to be a usually distant area, that saw the shooting of 4 people, with 2 dying from the occurrences. The identification of the deceased persons have been released, and among the persons who died are 25-year-old Andre Dennis and 28-year-old Jason Trail from an area in Duncan called Red Dirt. According to the reports concerning the incident, the men were gathered among others in the Red Dirt area when they were pounced upon by men dressed in army camouflage, who then began to shower the group gathering with bullets. After the incident took place, Dennis and Trail were shot in the attack and were rushed to hospital along with 2 other men, where they were pronounced dead, and the other 2 individuals remain in admission for treatment. No motive has been discovered in relation to the attack as yet. Furniture maker killed in Westmoreland. A furniture maker is Westmoreland's latest murder victim. 45-year-old Oral Wright was shot dead in his community in Negril on Sunday morning. Reports are that Wright was trailed by his attackers shortly after 4 a.m. They shot him multiple times before making their escape. According to the police, residents heard explosions and summoned them. Upon their arrival, Wright was found lying in a pool of blood on the roadway with multiple upper body wounds. He was transported to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. A man who is a friend of the deceased and who did not want to be identified told reporters that Wright was an easygoing man. He shared that Wright also operated a nightclub in Negril. "Him running business, me know him, a years no me know him," he said. "Anytime we open we eyes and see sunshine, we have to give God thanks," he added in disbelief. Scores of social media users who learned of the tradesman's death commented on the state of crime in the parish. "What happened to the western side? Let us all pray," one Facebook user shared. "We are tired of it. Westmoreland again," another Facebook user commented. Wright is said to have done contract work for a large number of furniture stores in the parish. "And he make the furniture them for the Indian businessman them," he told reporters. According to the statistics recorded by the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF, up to May 27, there has been a 64.9% increase in the number of murders committed in Westmoreland this year compared to last year. There have been 61 murders committed in the parish this year compared to 37 committed over the corresponding period last year. Mandeville mob killing classified as murder after autopsy. The death of Shefton Campbell, who was beaten by a mob in Mandeville, Manchester earlier this month, has now been classified as a murder. This follows a post-mortem examination conducted on Campbell's body Saturday. As a result, a person of interest who was identified as being at the center of the mob beating and subsequent death will be taken into custody, the police said. The results of the post-mortem indicated that Campbell, a member of the board of the Victoria Primary School in Manchester, died due to blunt force trauma to the head. The report said there was no visible sign of injury on the body. Police had reported that Campbell, while walking on Manchester Road, was accused of stealing money, attacked and beaten by several people. Police on foot patrol rescued and took Campbell to hospital, where he died. Residents of Victoria Town in South Manchester blocked section of the main road in their community as they protested the death of Campbell, who they described as a community leader. The residents who said Campbell was a well-respected community member demanded justice and threatened to take their protest to Mandeville if their concerns were not addressed. No motive found yet after 9 shot, 1 fatally on Dunmere Close. The police are yet to establish a motive for Saturday morning shooting of 9 people, 1 fatally, on Dunmere Close, Kingston 19. The dead man has been identified as Sanjay Cousins, 32, a resident of Ambrook Lane in Kingston 10, who died after being shot in the head, chest and both hands. 3 women, one of whom is 17-year-old, are among the injured, who have all been admitted to hospital. The police say they are gathering more information and following some lead before establishing a definite motive. They say as further investigations are conducted, more information will be released. It is reported that about 12 p.m., the 9 people were among a group gambling at the premises when they were accosted by a gunman who opened gunfire. When the shooting ended, the gunmen fled. It was discovered that 9 were injured. They were rushed to hospital where Cousins was pronounced dead. 26-year-old man charged in Bedward Gardens triple murder. Detectives assigned to the Major Investigations Division MID arrested and charged 26-year-old Kevin Wright, otherwise called Trigger, of Augustone, Kingston 7, with the murder of 3 men and the injuring of another in Bedward Gardens in the parish on Saturday, April 30, 2022. The victims are 21-year-old Kevin Jackson, otherwise called Kids Friday, 24-year-old Rashid Edwards, aka Buppy, and 18-year-old Keena Ray, otherwise called Brains, all of Bedward Gardens, Kingston 7. Wright has also been charged with wounding with intent and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. Reports are that about 4:40 p.m., a group of men were at a field playing football when Wright approached them and opened gunfire. 4 people were shot and were transported to hospital, where Ray, Edwards, and Jackson were pronounced dead. The 4th person was admitted. Wright was charged on Saturday, May 28, after a question and answer session with his attorney. Still living in fear. Nellie Dennis, who was stabbed 30 times and left for dead by her jealous ex-lover in November of last year, says she is fearful that the incident might occur to an event more extreme extent, as police officers in her area have not been doing enough to protect her safety. Dennis, who resides in Onoto Bay, St. Mary, has been home for a month since being discharged from a rehabilitation center in Kingston, and not once, she says, has police personnel attempted to visit and document her long overdue statement of what happened on the night of the heinous attack. From the incident happened, no police don't come and talk to me. I understand in the first half because I could barely talk, but I'm better now. Every time my aunt go to the police station and tell them to come to my house, they said that they would come and all know they don't reach. They keep asking if she don't have any transportation to bring me to the station, and they should come to me because I am disabled, Dennis told reporters. She added, "It is 6 months now since the incident, and no form of interest from them, and it makes me sad. And they said they can't put him on the wanted list for St. Mary because they haven't taken a statement from me." Dennis' plea is for an increased police presence in the area of the community which she resides. As it was, while she was outside her house, this man, named a person of interest by the police, and who is also the father of her children, came into the yard and started a conversation about their daughter. During the conversation, the alleged attack occurred. The following morning, her blood-drenched body was found at her aunt's shop outside the house. "Me just feel like them not taking things serious. Are they going to wait until something more serious happened to me before they come?" she asked. "If the police was at least patrolling the area and just look out, I would feel more safe. Me not even hear no police jeep on the road. I'm home, but me scared. I have to be listening if anybody is coming for me, and sometimes me not even sleep because me afraid say he might come attack me again," she added. Dennis told reporters that she is anxiously waiting for the suspect to be caught, as that would make her feel less worried. "I want the police to do more for my safety and try their best to find him because I need closure. I want to know what was the reason for him to destroy me like this," she said. The wounds had damaged the left side of her body, leaving dysfunctional, but she has been trying to remain positive. "The left side of my body is damaged. I lost hearing in the left ear, and my left nostril can't smell anything, and my left eye is gone. The left leg is also not as strong as it would be right now, and my right hand is not so functional. I try to be happy because I'm around my family and children, but other times I'm sad. I'm going to church, and I'm gonna get baptized, but they said I have to start walking better first," she told reporters. Treat periodal larceny as organized crime, PNP tells government. Opposition spokesman on agriculture, Luton Cousins, is urging the government to amend the fines under the Agricultural Produce Act for the current $250,000 to at least $5 million to help stem the scourge of periodal larceny, which is costing farmers billions of dollars in annual losses. Cousins, during his recent contribution to the 2022-2023 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives, where he made the call, noted that over the past 5 years, stakeholders have asked for this to be done to bring this act under the Proceeds of Crime and treat predatory larceny as organized crime. It is common knowledge that some criminals are trading meat for guns and as such, prey on farmers. The change in the act with other measures would demonstrate that we are serious about supporting and protecting our farmers from predatory thieves, Cousins stated. Continuing, he said, I am certain that any government which proposes these amendments will receive overwhelming bipartisan support from such a critical issue, having regard to the fact that all of us here have constituency who would at the same time relate to us as hardship faced because of these criminals who are hell-bent on not only depriving our farmers of their livelihood but also their lives. During his contribution to the sectoral debate last year, Cousins urged both the Firearm Licensing Authority and the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries to work together to fast-track firearm license for farmers to protect them from farm thieves. Cousins noted that the thieves are often armed when they go to steal. According to Cousins, the Member of Parliament for Clarendon South West, farmers should be given the opportunity to protect their crops and their livelihoods. I can recall vividly, as a child growing up in Clarendon, in the plains of Clarendon, seeing farmers in my community going to the bush to tend to their cows and their goats, and they had their shotguns with them over the shoulder. And there is a saying, Madam Speaker, that in life, the more things change, the more they remain the same, he said then. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.